All right, we're live on YouTube. Let me pull up the chat for YouTube, and then here's where we are. Okay, so yesterday we back tested opening range breakouts. I think we'll do it again. I don't really. It's working really nicely. But I wanted to see if we could just trade. I don't know. I honestly been backtesting all day, just to find some like holy grail. There is none, sadly, of like how to get trading so simplified and easy and something you can do every day. But like literally, like some days 9:30 is popping, some days 10 o'clock is popping, some days you just never fucking know, dude. So, let's go to next New York session. With the opening range break, maybe we can try opening range breakout on the 5-minute chart like we did, and then maybe do the candle closes on the candle closes out of it on the 1-minute chart. Maybe could be a thing that happens. We could do that for a little bit and then switch to something else. I wanted to go back to which I might do just tomorrow. See if what gold and compare gold in Q, which is what I was doing for a little bit today. Like I think I have gold on here. Yeah, I have gold on here to compare how they move in the New York session. But to start, we'll just start with the breakout, the 5-minute orb opening range breakout strategy. 5-minute first candle of the day, and let's see if we get the candle closes on the 1 minute and what that looks like entering with. But we did it yesterday, just only the 5-minute, like marking in the 5-minute, candle close in the 5-minute, all that. Okay, well, you got a candle close on both, barely. I don't think that's enough to get into a trade with. Now you got one, but now you got a close, a break, and a retest. Let's see if that works. It doesn't look good on the 5-minute though. But let's see. We're doing 1 to 2s. Not quite. No, doesn't work. That one didn't work. Let's do the next one. We'll do a few, then we'll go back to either comparing. I'll go to comparing gold and silver, or also my computer has been acting up. I was using FX Replay on Safari, which is the best. I don't know why it's logging on. But then every time I picked whatever you call these, like a trend line or an order, whatever, it wouldn't go away. It would I'd mark it, and then it would keep making me, every time I clicked, it would mark a bunch. Like it wouldn't go away. Back to the cursor for some reason, but okay. Now, first 5-minute candle of the day. We have a candle close. I think the 1 minute's not good enough because your pullbacks. Now, some people do it, all the way to the other end. Maybe we'll just do that high. Take it 1 to 2 to this low. Let's see if it works. Play. No, immediately no. See, it just doesn't really work with the 1 minute. Because in the 5-minute, you haven't broken out of the range yet. The 1 minute, there's a lot of candle closes out of it. So let's already just scrap that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's just scrap that, and we'll do a few more just on the 5-minute. The 5-minute, we have not broke the range yet. Now you actually got a range break right here, which is really nice. You got one here. Stop loss, you can do the body or the wick, whatever you prefer. If you do the body, you're already out of your trade. 1 to 2, 1 to 3 almost. Beautiful. If you do the wick though, let's see what you get. The wick is kind of big. 1 to 2 for the wick is up here. Boom, you still got it. So it works better on the 5-minute. It does not work that good with 1 minute entries. I didn't like the 15-minute one as well. We backtested that yesterday. Really just on the 5-minute. And then you don't have to really look at anything. You don't need any fair value gaps. You actually could trade, not on TradingView, honestly. You could do this right on NinjaTrader, right on your broker, right on Top Step X, whatever. This is really pissed me off why this is lagging. Maybe because the OBS. Let's play it out again. All right, opening range on the 5 minute. And let's see if we get candle close. Nope. Actually, you do. It came up and then you got it again. Boom. The body, 1 to 2. The body of the candle, whatever you want to risk. Got it. Beautifully. You see, this works so good. It's a nice, like, scalping strategy. And it's still what? A lot of ticks. 73 stop loss to 150 tick profit. So if you're trading 1 micro, that's what, almost $30. And that's not even a big move. So I don't know. Should I be live testing this, live trading this next week? Because I'm paper trading next week. So this has been the only backtesting strategy that's been honestly consistent, for real, for real. Let's go to the next New York session. It's probably going to lag. That's what it's been doing. And I shut down my computer twice. And Safari's been like, nope. Oops. I did not mean to do that. What I meant to do was, yeah, pull up my little goal to get to 3,000 followers so I could use TikTok Studio. Almost there. All right, play out the 930 to 935 candle. Got it. Boom. Like I said, the 915 one to me, I don't like it. The 5 minute one is great. All right, this one, we would have lost. Or, you know, honestly, I feel like most of us will have like a lag when this candle closes. We would have seen this shit just run and not get in it. If not, if you got in it already because you're super fast, you know, your stop loss would have been the body and you just would have took a loss. So do with that what you will. It's kind of a big stop loss though. But yeah, took a loss. First loss on this. And then it pushes to the other side. Okay, I want to see, actually what I want to back test today is to see if we could pair it with the higher time frame to make it more accurate. Because it went up to this high. So something like 30 minute over here. You can see it went in this 30 minute for value gap. And then it reversed. And then the 5 minute over here. Let's see if we can make it a little more accurate. And see if that works. So for that to be what it was, we have the 5 minute range here. And obviously you don't need to do this because it's pretty accurate and it has a good win rate even without any higher time frame analysis. But then we have this 30 minute fair value gap here. Then you could have known to wait or even get in buys right after this if you wanted it, and then got in the buy here. You couldn't do that whole body though, just to this high, which is not that great, honestly. That one's not that great, but does it keep going up maybe? No, it doesn't. It keeps going lower, so I don't know. You just would have lost that day. Next New York session. All right, 5 minute chart, 30 minute chart. We do have liquidity down here. And then let's play our 5 minute. Well, that is the 5 minute candle. 5 minute candle here. Strong displacement. I don't know how far we want to go down. Maybe to this one. So let's see. I mean, it's just going without you. Well, there's your trade though if you want it. Still, I wouldn't do the whole body of that candle. Maybe just back into the range. I don't think you'll get a 1 to 2, but maybe you will. Let's see. Okay, didn't stop you out yet. Did hit this liquidity point, which is, the liquidity point that you want. Okay, so technically, if you did have your stop loss at the body, you would not be stopped out. That's a 1-to-1. Let's see if you get a 1-to-2. That was just a big body candle, but you still not stopped out. Come on. So annoying, actually. Still not stopped out. And TP hit. So yeah, actually body the candle. I mean, it would have been a little all day. However, we did run through this liquidity. And it did give you your 1-to-2 without even looking at the higher time frame. You had your range, you broke out of it, it came back and retested it if you waited for the retest. And that's what your stop loss needs to always represent, like maybe a retest. So I should have had it above the line. And then boom, it came and still gave you a 1-to-2 actually. Without even the higher time frame didn't help us none because we thought we were gonna get a liquidity sweep reversal. We did not. We continued down. So honestly, like this strategy is really what it is, honestly. And I think I back tested this today on my own, looking at higher time frames to see if it made it better, and it actually made it worse. It made the strategy worse. Okay, let's see. All right, 5-minute 9:30 candle. Not candle close out of it yet. Now we got candle close. Not a candle close. See, it looked like it was and then wasn't. So let's see how this one closes. Nope. Still no entry. You do get a candle close out of it, but I wouldn't. Or maybe that was it. I mean, we did test it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I guess this little candle close is good enough. Stop at the body. 1-to-2. So it's not going to be the same amount every time, obviously. I think you already almost got it. Damn, that one hurt. Like, to the tick. You, like, a tick or two. It came there. That would have been your almost a 1-to-2. If you had it, like, a little bit closer from the body, you got your 1-to-2, but no strategy is perfect. And obviously, do 2 contracts and have one at 1-to-1 for stuff like this. That's so fast, and it would really help too, because you would just it'll at least go 1-to-1, and then you can just have a break-even trade. Alrighty, let's do it again. But that's not what to do at all. 5-minute top. And then after this, we'll go back to ICT, I think, too, and look up how to just do top analysis to get your shit together. Because once you get your top analysis right, your higher time frame analysis, you'll know where it's going, more confident in your trades. No really good candle close. You got like a tiny candle close here, but I wouldn't count either one of these. Now you finally get one. Oof, that wick, I don't like this. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't like that. That wick was too big. If this was a candle close and the wick was smaller, I would have gotten into that. But it just was a day where, hey, you just don't trade. We can keep going, maybe. And that's the trade you want. Let's see if you get it. The body, I'll leave a little room for a retest. 1-to-2. Or 1-to-1.5, whatever you prefer. Nope. Nope. So, do with that what you will. Like I said, some people like the 15-minute range, which is, yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, so what I was trying to do today as well was looking at higher time frames and just trying to figure out where the market's going, because I think you'll be more confident in your trades if you know where we want to go. So pull up the 4-hour chart, pull up the 1-hour chart, and let's just see if we can know where it's going to go from just these, because that's where, that's where the shit happens at. And we'll mark 10 o'clock, obviously. But like, this is the day where I guess we're just continuing all day. And then I guess on the 4-hour, it's pretty clear. It's more clear on the 4-hour than the 1-hour. But even then, that helps me none, because I get on the chart at 10 o'clock. So there's nothing for me here unless we finally reverse. Like that. Okay, well, it's good. It's a good trade, I guess. 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, I try to be off the chart by 1. So yeah, that's a good reversal trade. This is what you need to practice. You need to practice. I need to practice this myself, and let's actually try to like guess where shit is gonna go. So let's mark 10 o'clock. Did I just do next New York session already? Oh, yeah, that was yesterday. I forgot the 4-hour is just like 3 candles. So, I mean, we are coming back into this little order block on the 4-hour, but I just don't know, because the NQ will respect order blocks sometimes, and sometimes it won't. Not as much as gold does. So let's just see. And it did. Was this 8, 9:30? What does that look like on the 3-minute? Does it give you a nice like swing down? Yeah, 9:30 came down. After we already came out of this order block, came back down into this fair value gap, pushed higher. How much higher did we go? A good bit, honestly. You could have traded that. You could have traded that. The fair value gap is here. Most people have their limit order set at the top of it, so there's only so much you could do. It honestly would have stopped your ass out if you had it at the bottom of the gap. So maybe to the bottom of the order block, and let's see if you get a 1 to 2. Not to be greedy, just get a 1 to 2 and move on with your day. And you do get it. Great analysis. Some days it's not clear. Was the 1-hour clear? Yeah, the 1-hour is kind of clear. Trying to see, was there for value gap in here? There was a 1-hour for value gap here too. Came out of it. Boom. Next New York session. All right, the 4-hour. It's marked 10 o'clock per usual. The 4-hour. We are in this gap already again, so we're in one as well on the 1-hour. So hopefully it's a clear as price action day, and we just run up to take out these highs and fill this gap here. And let's see. It was nasty work. Nasty, nasty work. Guess it went lower on us. We're still in the gap though, so. Time is that? 4 o'clock. I'm not even on the chart this time. Okay, well, that's not the best. Let's see what that looked like. I mean, it is a decent 10 a.m. reversal, but it's definitely against our bias. But this is why you be reactionary. You assume like, oh, we're gonna go up. We do not. We go up a little bit. Sweep out 9:30. You got an inverse fair value gap. It's tiny. Um, that's the sell trade. Do we take out liquidity point? There's one right there, I guess, for 1 to 2. I guess that's the trade. We do have a gap to fill up here. I thought we were going to. I mean, we did come. Nope, we didn't even sweep into this. I would at least wanted us to sweep into this before we reverse back down, but it is what it is. I don't know how we could have saw that. This I've been talking about. Lately, the charts have just not been making any sense. Not been respecting any PD arrays or nothing. Just doing their own thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you would have missed that per se. You might have came in here and got a buy off of this fair value gap, tap at 10. But if you waited out a little bit, you got a nice clean reaction. I don't know who's to say what we would have done, honestly. Or you were just not taking the trade at all and choked. That's fine too. This is why we're backtesting. This is why we're learning. But yeah, I've been backtesting all day and have no confidence in anything, which is crazy. All right, finally filled this gap, swept this liquidity on the 4-hour and the 1 hour. We do have this little order block space here. It's looking like we had a power of 3 accumulation, manipulation, maybe distribution down to these lows, but we also have a bunch of fair value gaps in here that we can continue higher off of. So I really don't know. Okay, bouncing off that order block so far. Green candle so far. Are we going to these highs? I don't know. Let's see. No. Oh, well. No. Continue lower. Do we take out the sell side or just bounce off this gap that I called? Yeah, sometimes the higher time frames confuse me because there's so many PD arrays. So we have a fair value gap here. We have an order block here. We have sell side up here. We already swept this one, so we can just remove it. And then we have sell side down here. We didn't even do any of that shit. We didn't even, we kind of inversed this, but then we bounced off this because these were so close together. I don't know, man. I'm not defeated per se, but I will say my confidence in trading is at like a -4. Now, a nice 10 AM reversal, which is fun. This is what I used to just trade. And I think I tried to start catching continuations too. And maybe if you just get on the chart and just wait for a reversal after 10 AM, maybe that will be just the best thing to do. No matter where it comes from, let's see if we have it. We don't have an inverse fair value gap, but we do have a bearish one here. Market is red. And then your candle close out of it. It's kind of low, honestly. Maybe stop loss just above this high that was made. And then a 1 to 2. Just do a 1 to 2. I don't even give a fuck about liquidity anymore. For my targets, I don't want to hold trades too long anymore. London, I mean, that lines up with Asian, but 1 to 2. You do get it. So, I don't know. We can try that as well. Getting on, waiting for a reversal at 10 o'clock. See how often that works. No higher time frame analysis, no daily bias. Just getting on, marking 10 o'clock, waiting for the market to bless us. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. Let's see. Alrighty, still going down. Still going down. So eventually you'll go back up. It might be like noon, might be like, see, things like that I usually try to play. Let's see if we get a reversal. Okay, we get market structure shift. A nice little unicorn setup with the fair value gap. I don't internally retrace them back into the fair value gap, but if you want it, I'm sure you'll get it. But for me, the candle close above the highs is my entry Stop loss, let's just do these lows here. So we can get a nice 1 to 2 without being greedy, but without being just dumb. And then let's see if we get it. No, you don't. See what I'm saying? It's just, you have to look at the higher time frames, which sucks, because sometimes they're just not clear. So the 4 hour, we're just going down. I mean, I guess it's a little clearer today on the 4 hour. The 1 hour, what do we see? Yeah, I think we were at least going down to here on the 1 hour. Or here. Now I'm gonna be live trading again this week, so y'all can see the train wreck as well. Paper trading though, of course. I'm not blowing my funded account yet. Will it be blown? Maybe, but not soon. Next New York session, okay. 4 hour, we're in the same fucking place. 1 hour, we have, I don't know what we're doing either, but let's see if we're, let's zoom out. We swept this. There is a fair value gap here that I don't think we're gonna bounce out of. And then let's see, there's another one that we could bounce out of maybe. What lines up with this 4 hour order block? Let's see. All right, I like that reaction. Boom, 10 o'clock. Good sign to just take in some buys. We came down out of this fair value gap, pushed up. Liquidity target, the first one is this high up here. Let's see if we take it. Boom. Okay, that's a good trade. That's a good trade. That's a good higher time frame analysis. A little better, a little more clear. But really, once you master this, then you just go on a lower time frame and execute. And if you stay on the higher time frame longer, you won't get faked out, and you'll wait for stuff. Okay, the 4 hour is a little weird, but we are in this gap, and we kind of came out of it already. Same with a nice wick on the 1 hour. However, oh, I didn't go. That's the trade we just did. That's the trade we just did. Sorry. Next New York session. There we go. This looks like something. All right. It's looking like we just inversed this fat gap here. The low on both the 1 hour and the 4 hours down here. Hopefully the 9 a.m. candle doesn't just go and gives me some room to get in. If not, hopefully the 9 sweeps and the 10 we push back up. Let's see. Okay, well the 9 went almost all the way there. So 10, we have to wait for the sweep. Or maybe not, I just want to go up without a liquidity sweep. Okay, well, that was weird. That actually happened yesterday. But on yesterday, there was still a London low, a little more down here, so it looked like it was at least a liquidity sweep. Like this London high is so far, like that's not liquidity sweep. We ran the fuck through that. Didn't sweep this at all. I mean, maybe in the 15-minute or the 3-minute, this is a swing high. This bottom of this green candle, that was our reversal, I guess. But you got your 10 a.m. reversal. 10 a.m. we reversed beautifully. Fair value gap, I believe. Sorry, what's the name of the gap? I'm fairly new. Sorry, a fair value gap. Sorry, I need to check my chat more. Can you go over how to determine these box ranges? Yes. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Okay, so a fair value gap is just a gap in 3 candles. So on the way down, I mark mine as red, so you'll see them. And then you'll change it as red. But also, you can just use, there's an indicator I use, but it's just a gap in 3 candles. So there's a gap here on the 1 hour. There's a big gap here. Just 3 candles that make a gap is a fair value gap. There's a gigantic one here that's going to be green because it's a move up. And it's just 3 candles that leaves a gap. Usually on a big run up or a big run down is a fair value gap. What strat are you backtesting? What number are you getting? What? I'm just backtesting ICT. I was doing that open range breakout for a little bit for people who wanted it. What do you mean 3 candles, there's a gap? So basically, just when 3 candles print and leave a gap, that's what a fair value gap is. So sorry, I know what you're trying to say. Basically, the wick, 3 candles will print as you see this full candle printed, right? This full candle printed. There's the wick, the top of it. There's the bottom wick. Then we have this long candle, but then this candle opened way up here. You want your candles to open and close. Not open and close. I don't even know how to explain it. You want your wicks to be touching like this. You want your wicks to be overlapping or touching versus if there's a big gap in the candle, that's your fair value gap. So let's see on the 4 hour. Let me show you what not a gap. So there's no gap between these 3 candles. There's no gap. The wicks are overlapping or touching or whatever, but there's a gap right here. So this candle, the middle candle, and then the candle after it, there's no touching between the candle before and after, if that makes sense. There can't be any spaces in between where they have fully printed. So you see there's a gap right there. And we always come back to fair value gaps and then we go higher like we did here. Come into a gap, go to liquidity. There's a bunch of videos on it because I'm really bad at explaining it. Because it's not the opening candle close, it's just the wicks. But like there's a gap right here. This candle, and then it's just 3 candles. But there's not a gap on these 3 candles, if that makes sense. These 3 candles right here, there's no gap because the wicks pass over each other. I don't know if you can see that. Like the wick of this candle, then you have this middle candle, and the third candle, the wicks intertwine in space and time, I guess. Space and time. But then there's space in between this candle before and this candle after, if that makes sense. I'm really sorry if that doesn't. I appreciate you. Of course, that's what I'm here for. Candles should touch, but it's just the wick. It's just the wick. There's a gap. Yeah, so it's just like the completion of a full candle. Always, like the candle before and after should always have like some kind of like touch, or there's just be no space in between. So a candle 1 prints, candle 2 prints, candle 3 prints, candle 2 and 3. There's no space in time. You know what I'm saying? The wicks or the body. It could be either one. Wicks or body. But then when you have your first candle and your third candle are not, there's space between where they fully printed at, that is a fair value gap. There's also an indicator you can just use. I use an indicator on mine. It's just called Nephew Sam. And I don't even draw these in real time. That's also why backtesting is a little hard for me because 1, I can't go to the 15-second chart. And 2, I don't draw my fair value gaps. I think that's just extra work. Again, if you do, good for you. There's nothing wrong with them. For me, on my chart, which it does get overwhelming because sometimes there's like 50 billion gaps in a time frame, especially in like a 1 minute or 3 minute. But for me, I like to have my gaps drawn for me, and then I'll draw over them to get my 50% line. Of course, of course. Yes, yes. So basically that's an imbalance. So if you trade ICT, which most of us do, I mean not most of us, you want a fair value gap, define one. What you really want every day when you get on the chart, you want to find a gap on the 1 hour or the 4 hour basically. And you want to already be in there, which is the best setup of the day, honestly. It doesn't happen every day, but I love when we're in a gap and then we just come out of it in the direction the gap is, which we kind of do here. We just close a little bit below the gap, but we did do the gap, and then we reverse. So I guess we reverse from this liquidity point here, which on higher time frames, yes, a body of a candle can be liquidity for sure, in the wick of a it doesn't have to be a full swing low, but I would have preferred a full swing low sweep, but that's still a reversal at 10 a.m. Still a nice move because this is a 1 hour time frame. These are 3 1 hour candles, so do that what you will. We can see what that looks like on the 3-minute chart. Nice, yeah, a nice trade on a 3-minute chart. A nice little, you have a fair value gap here that we can inverse. We inverse it beautifully, buy, stop loss below the lows, and you could have took this just to liquidity for a little bit more than a 1 to 2. Honestly, it gives you this liquidity too for a 1 to almost 4, and then I don't know if it's going to keep running to these equal highs up here, but it could. So you need some kind of higher time frame analysis. You can get on at 932, but I do kind of want to start getting on 930, but it just 10 has been my thing. I need to stick with it. I don't need a switch what's not broken, even though it's been broken lately. That's why I'm like, I don't feel confident in my trades anymore. But and that's when you go to paper trading. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not rushing to get a payout for the internet. Okay, we have a liquidity sweep on both the 4 hour and the 1 hour. 10 o'clock, let's mark it. 9 a.m. looks a little indecisive. There's no fair value gap on the 1 hour until down here. So maybe that's just where we're going at 10 a.m. to come down and go up. It's kind of coming into this like order block on the 4 hour already. So let's just see if we get a little bounce back up. And then our new liquidity is the highs that swept the liquidity from this morning. If we get it, if we inverse it, then we go to the bottom side. All right, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 1 hour candle is in. We've kind of bounced out, but a full candle has to close. Okay, well, we closed in the gap still, but let's see what the 10 a.m. candle is going to do. And then now it's like, looks like we want to go down. So, and no, we don't. This is why you let candles play out. Just let candles play out. And then, yeah, now it looks like we want to go down. What does this look like on the 3-minute chart? Okay, on the 3-minute, it don't look like shit, honestly. This was 10 o'clock. We came back up. Maybe it's like a little, I want to retest the gap after inversing it. And then we want to continue lower. You could have entered off, if you're confident in this sell, I would not have entered. I'm not an order block trader for real. There's an order block right there if you wanted it. Or for me, I might have entered right off the inverse, stop loss, maybe above this candle. And then let's see if we get 1 to 2. All right, it's noon. I'd be over it. Because y'all know me, I do not be on the charts that long. 1, I'm already past. So honestly, I would have sold this in profit somewhere over here. Because where's 1 o'clock? Or am I out of profit at 1 o'clock? I was out of profit. Yeah, I would have sold back in profit for like $2 and got the charts. We didn't really do much for me on this one. And sometimes it just happens like that. Sometimes it doesn't move for you. Yeah, we didn't get much. Let's see what the afternoon does. I mean, let's see. Yeah, that would have been a small loss. I guess it wasn't really inversing the gap. It was just coming down past the gap a little bit. But this is still not a good... That's not great price action for a reversal back up anyway. For like a 10 a.m. reversal, this is pretty nasty. Especially if you got in like here, you got stopped out to a tick. If you got in here, maybe you got... It's not like a nice move yet. For either way, buy or sell. So this is the day you just went and traded, took a small loss, took a small win. Let's move on. Okay, the 1 hour chart. What platform I want to get into trading? This is trading. I mean, this is not TradingView. Chart on TradingView if you need indicators, which a lot of us do. And then I trade on. It was a market maker buy model, but it wasn't that nice. Like the price action wasn't that great. And then I trade on NinjaTrader for my broker. What are the best times to trade? It depends on what you're trading. Paper trade first? No, I would suggest trading with like a small amount of money first, like $100, $50, and then paper trade. You need to get used to making and losing money emotionally first, or you won't take paper trading seriously. A lot of people. Now, some people can take paper trading seriously from the jump, then yes, I suggest doing it. But for me, I wasn't. I was playing with paper trading at the beginning. It took me like... I didn't start paper trading until like 6 months into trading, honestly. For me, because I just wasn't taking it seriously at all. But if you can't take it seriously from the jump, then do it first. It's always better to save your money. But it also, your emotions, you need to learn. The hardest part of trading is getting ready to lose money. Like, I just got funded, and now I'm scared to lose my funded account, so I'm trading just shitty. Like, there's always going to be... Until you have something real, like a real funded account or real money you're trading with, your emotions aren't going to be as the same. I was still scared to lose my evals because I was paying for them, but it's nothing like I'm doing now. Do you have any recommendations for beginner traders? Yeah, YouTube. Honestly, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, like all these strategies I'm trying, and see which one you like. Like, you might like the orb strategy. You might like ICT. You might like trend lines. You might like EMAs. And just find what clicks for you. Like, I trade ICT because it clicked for me. However, it might not click for you. I'm not going to say... I just hate people say shit doesn't work. Like, ICT works. Everything works. Just find what clicks for you. Yes, backtesting software, I'm using FX Replay. For backtesting, I'm using FX Replay. Don't be scared. Use your gut and your strategy. I'm so scared. It's really sad, actually. And I know what I'm doing. I got funded on live. All my live trades to get funded are literally on live. I was fucking killing it. I'm going to live trade again next week. So I think I just have to rip the Band-Aid off. But it's just scarier because you paid like a $150 activation fee. Now you can get a real payout. But now you also can lose a real account and just start all over. It just sucks. That's the only thing at trading I don't like. Every new accomplishment has a new emotional threshold. Versus like with drop shipping and shit. Once you're scaling, you're like chilling. But with trading, even when you scale up, you're like, fuck, now I'm making $500 a day instead of $2. And like now I'm losing $200 instead of $1. Like, it's always something. Alright, what was this? 8 o'clock. Oh, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock we swept this sell side, so maybe we'll push back up, take the high from 8:30. He's giving a data high, data low type of day, which I hope is... We already swept this low, the London low. And maybe we continue lower. So we are going higher, but it went lower first. So if you were in a buy trade around here, you got stopped out for it to go your way, which is annoying. But it's looking like on the 4 hour, we're very indecisive. This looks like we want to go lower, this 4 hour hammer. And then we're just chilling, honestly. Boom. Okay, we're finally going lower. Now, I wasn't looking at the 4 hour, I was looking at the 1 hour when I said that. But the 4 hour, this is a strong sell candle. This hammer is a strong sell candle. So yeah, this 10 a.m. Oh, that's all 4 hours though. Yeah, I'm not sitting on the chart for 4 hours. I'm sorry to say. I don't. I got into trading for freedom. Like, I'm not going to sit through this. Now, if you got in at 2 o'clock, beautiful trade. I would have either lost or not traded today. This is indecisive. Or I'm trying to get better at setting and forgetting. like I used to do. I was very profitable sitting and forgetting, but I like to live trade with y'all. But then now I'm sitting on the chart watching stuff. But I guess if I got in sales at 10 o'clock, my stop loss would have to be big because it went up a bit, and then just holding it and like having my TP down here. And we can see what that looks like on the 3-minute chart. Let's see what 10 o'clock was. 10 o'clock was here. So yeah, we came up into this fair value gap. It's a great trade, yeah. I actually would have been confident in that. I would have took that 3-minute fair value gap. Maybe had a tighter stop loss and then just took my trade at this liquidity point for 1 to 2. Yeah, something like that. I probably wouldn't have held to 2 o'clock. And then I would have been done in 50 minutes instead of 4 hours. 5 hours. But if you waited 5 hours, you got all the money. So that's not bad of a trade. But yeah, so basically what you will do is you'll sit on these higher time frames, and then when you're ready to enter your trade, or ready to look for a setup, you'll go on your lower time frame. And if you're already watching the higher time frame like this, like we were clearly at 10 a.m., we're looking for sales, you hope it comes up into a fair value gap for you to then continue. Because if not, if you got in right at 10 though, it's not too bad. But it would have been, your stop loss would have to be like this, and then that doesn't even give you 1 to 2 for this, almost. But I used to do that, very impatient, just getting in right at 10 o'clock with a fat stop loss. I mean, it might still give you 1 to 2, but you have to make sure you're out of the clock before 5 o'clock p.m. if you're trading a prop firm. But yeah, she's absolutely right. Don't be scared. You're stretching your gut. I know. I'm trying not to be scared, though. I really am, but until then, paper trade. And I was going to take a trade on my account to not lose it. You can't go 30 days without trading on your funded account, though. So I will have to do that. I know someone today was like, "You've been trading. You've been funded in a month, haven't got a payout." I'm like, wait till you get one. Then a lot of people have been like, "Yeah, I had to blow like 6 funded accounts even after passing them before I really got my emotions right." And that's probably what's going to happen. I don't, there's nothing wrong with it. You have to I know I put a lot of pressure on myself to be like, oh, I've never blown an account, which I haven't. Because for me, if I trade bad, I just paper trade. I don't care. If I'm trading bad, I'll just get up. I'll just watch the chart. Not even take a trade at all. However, I might have gotten funded faster if I just wasn't scared and just ripped the Band-Aid off and blew through a bunch. But then when you blow through a bunch, you pay money when you blow through a bunch. I don't want to blow money like that, especially with those activation fees. Okay, we're in this fair value gap, which lines up on the 4-hour and the 1 hour. So it would be nice if we reverse down out of it. If not, we're going up to some of these liquidity points up here. Let's mark 10 a.m. and just see what happens. Let 9:30 do its thing. Boom. Strong candles. So it's looking like 10 o'clock. We're getting right in some buys. Oh, we're wicking down a little bit. Wicking down. Okay. Close out of it. I think we can get in some buys. Obviously, you're going to go to a lower time frame and see where your stop loss and stuff will be. Let's see if we just go to this liquidity point here and not get too greedy. Could be wrong. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Boom. Beautiful trade. That's how I got funded. Doing stuff like that. Getting on. Letting the 9 candle show me. Because usually 9:30, it'll either be like a nice hammer red candle to the downside or a nice strong candle like this. And then okay, just get in. Sometimes it sucks when 9 comes and closes like right at your target, and that's when I freak out. Because I'm like, are we going to reverse from here? Should I get in and take it to the next one? That's when I'm like, when you get a little room to go, I'm like, okay, I got this. Let's do another one. And I think we'll go back to, even though I titled this YouTube video Opening Range Breakout, and we did it for like 10 minutes, but you got the gist. It's an easy strategy. People like it. All right, we do have another 4 hour, 1 hour for Breakout Gap lineup, which we love. They line up beautifully. We kind of already respected it once. And then if we go up higher, we're going to these Asian and London highs that are pretty equal highs actually, which is nice. And then if we're going lower, there is so many for value gaps. Let's pick one that has a little space. We'll go to the middle of this gap or fully fill the gap if we're going down. So inverse up here, respect down there. Hopefully 9 o'clock doesn't move too much to our profits. And let's see. Alrighty then. Already did. Hopefully it closes back in the range. That would be very nice. It even took out this liquidity. If not, okay, well, we already are coming back in here. So we might be coming in, though, to keep going higher. We might be coming in to actually pull back. Do we take out the previous day high? Oh, we took out the previous day high. I think we can reverse from here. Let's see. Nice, 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 nice reversal. Boom. Good, 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 good. It sucks when you're at highs like this where there's not a high close. Well, there was one, but we weren't going up there. Maybe we were, though. You never fucking know. But that's a previous day high, strong high. Swept it. I should have zoomed out a little bit. And then we reversed immediately at 10 o'clock, which is lovely. That's the trade. And yeah, you just look at the higher time frame and then you'll be confident in taking your trade. You don't really get an entry till way down here, which really sucks. So maybe your stop loss is just the middle of the candle somewhere. And 1 to 2, or 1 to 3. Sorry, 1 to 3. I mean, we didn't go all the way down there yet. Let's see if we do. Ooh, we're close. Boom, we got it. Okay. That's why I don't get greedy, because I get scared. Like, take my 1 to 2 and move on. You get your 1 to 2 for sure, and then if it goes to 1 to 3, this is a liquidity point, which is a strong liquidity point, we got it. But sometimes these little pullbacks will scare you, and that's okay. Don't let people. A 1 to 2 at least, 1 to 1.5. I just like to risk more than I like to make more than I'm risking. However, I know people who are profitable, way more profitable than me, and they trade 1 to 1. They just barely lose. And that's fine. You could do that. I also now trade 2 micros, and I take 1 profit at 1 to 1. So that gives me more confidence to let my runners run, but I still want to just do 1 to 2. Or 2.5, whatever you want. But 1 to 2 is all you need. And yeah, so basically what everyone should be doing is what I've been doing today, and I'm going to be doing it. We'll do it again tomorrow. But yeah, just practicing how to read these higher time frames. That's really what's going to help you know what you're doing later. Now, if you trade at 9:30, I'm sure this was a nice trade too. But yeah, it's not bad. I like my 9:30 trades to like come down into something a little more like this, come down here. If this was 9:30 in the reverse, that's what I like, but I can't trade 9:30. It's just too fast. But I do hate on days where like it runs up like this, but then that's the move of the day. We just keep running and I just don't get an entry at 10. But I have to learn to like not trade every day, honestly, too. That's really my problem. Learning to not fucking take a trade every day. It's probably my biggest problem right now. And learning how to take a loss. Like I'll take a loss and paper trade for like a week. 1 loss after not losing like for like 2 weeks in a row. I just need to learn how to like. There's no way you can never lose in trading, and I can't accept that right now. Because why do I have to lose ever? But you do. But I'm handling it better than some people because I haven't quit yet. If I was a quitter, that'd be worse. Please, can you repeat what you said about you get on and let. So I get on at like 9:50, 9:45. I trade at the 10 a.m. candle basically. So I let the 9 a.m. candle show me what's up. So like this is a strong green candle. However, we knew we were at a liquidity point to reverse. But if we weren't, like say this was 9 o'clock, at 10 I would have just bought gotten a buy immediately. But since we knew we were coming to this target, we were already so close. I let the 9 do its thing, and then at 10 we knew we were reversing. But you just wait, because 10 could have easily kept going, and then you just would have gotten in. And this is a 4-hour candle, and this is a 1-hour candle. So yeah, it's super sped up for this, but in real time you have an hour to figure it out. Like, even if it comes up and it comes down, even if you get in down here, like, you'll have time. You won't miss this whole candle. I know it looks scary on replay. What time frame do you take your trades on? The 3-minute, or I've taken trades in the 1 hour. I've taken trades in the 15-minute. Like, I might have turtle souped this and took this on the 1 hour, but usually the lowest. The 3-minute is my favorite entry one, or the 15-minute sometimes. Yeah, like getting in as soon as that 15-minute candle came in and taking it down. But sometimes, obviously, the 15-minute, your stop loss is too big, so you should go on the 3. You should wait for a fair value gap entry if you get it, or inverse. But even on the 3, I think the 3 and the 15-minute lined up, which it does a lot, actually. Let's see what the 15-minute shows. If it's okay, now the 3 gave you like a few more ticks in the 15-minute, but entering on the 15-minute candle close sometimes, like right there, I'll enter and then just take my trade. Of course, but you'll figure out too what you like. You know, I started on the 1, and then I started getting faked out too much, and I went to the 5. But in the 5, you get entered in trades so fucking late, and then I found the 3. But then I like trading on the 15-minute because I don't get faked out, because I know myself. I'm an impatient ass trader, so if I'm just sitting on the 1 or the 3-minute, any little market structure shift, any little fair value gap, I'm taking a trade. So I have to sit on the 1 hour, and I have to sit on the 4 hour until I see a move and then go lower. Neither. No Forex, no stocks. This is futures. But you can trade the NASDAQ with stocks or futures. Or Forex. So you can do it with either one. But this is futures, not Forex, not stocks. Dang, we've been going today. Let's do one more for my sanity, even though I've been doing this all day. What you have to do, you have to do this till you get confident, however long it takes. This is backtesting. I usually get trolls in my live like, oh, why are you listening to her? You're trying to teach. I'm not teaching. This is backtesting. This is what we all should be doing to learn. We're learning how to read this market. Obviously, I know liquidity and fair value gaps in terms, but that's why you need to learn those terms and start on YouTube before you do any of this. I'm not teaching you a strategy. I'm teaching you how we're learning together. That's all we're doing. Backtesting. It's called testing for a reason. Teaching is something very different. I'm just showing you what I see, and that's why sometimes I don't look at the chat when I'm backtesting, because I'm really focused on it. And I get it. This is $35 a month. Backtesting is I know, and I didn't start backtesting until like a month ago, and I got funded. Like, I actually been backtesting day 1. I would have been funded and profitable in 6 months for real if I was backtesting for fucking sure. Don't be like me. Don't wait. Well, because back when people were talking about backtesting, when I was learning how to trade, they were like, go to TradingView and like rewind TradingView and like, not rewind, but like scroll back. And every time you see your setup, like, oh, market structure shift, liquidity sweep, boom. But like, this is the time I don't even fucking trade. That's why I was like, that doesn't work. That's how people were telling me to backtest before we had this software. People were like, just look back at how many times you see a liquidity sweep reversal. Yeah, you see it 50 times, but this is 3 a.m. This is 2 a.m. Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus like backtesting, you can really get on every day, mark out 10 o'clock and play it in real time and actually guess it in real time, not just see how often it happens. So that's why I was very anti-backtesting in the beginning. I never understood what they meant until I learned myself. Yeah, girl. You do. You have to just learn yourself. Because you might like order blocks, and I do fair value gaps. You might hate all this and trade something so totally different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do what you... And then you're going to spend time on the charts, and you're going to see what you like. Like, I like trading at 10, I realized, instead of 9:30. 9:30 got a nice little liquidity sweep, so this is a sign for me that we're going lower. Obviously, it was kind of obvious we're going lower. There's no fair value gaps. We're already kind of market maker selling. 4 hour we're low. Maybe even just take your profit at this low, not wait for the second one. So at 10 o'clock, I would have gotten in this trade. However, I think we wicked up a little bit at 10 o'clock. So you just make sure your stop loss is not too tight. That was a problem for me for a little bit, having a stop loss too tight. And then, am I wrong? Are we going higher? No, okay. Oof. There we go. Jesus. I was right, but that shit was scary. That was very scary, actually. But yeah, see? Sales. Be confident. Trust yourself. Sell in a higher time frame as long as you can to not get fake outs. Again, some of y'all might be more patient than me. You don't need to. I know people who can sit in the 3 minute and really wait. Not me. Not at all. And then what do we get? We get a nice little fair value gap tap if you wanted it. I might have, again, I'm impatient, gotten in right at 10 o'clock for a worser entry. This is a green candle, so yeah, my entry would have been ass. But I think I would have waited. I'm learning now on the 3 minute, it's nice to wait for it to come back up into something. And then if it leaves you, like this candle honestly might have scared me and I might have gotten it. And then my entry would have been even fucking worse. Versus like, girl, just wait for the fair value gap tap or wait for it to come back into something at least. But we're already in this changes in delivery. We're already above it, so. But then if you get in down here, your stop loss has to be fucking enormous. But if you waited for the fair value gap, way better. Almost a 1-to-3 ratio. But I know myself. I would have got in right at 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Oof, 1 to 1.5. Geez, see how much you leave on the table? Maybe stop loss above this high, even though we almost got stepped out, and that's a perfect 1 to 2. But I've learned if I don't wait for a fair value gap tap, I gotta have a big stop loss. I mean, yeah, and that's just my punishment. Trading View is my go-to. Same. I use indicators. I'm an indicator queen. I don't care. Like, that's why backtesting is it's not hard for me, but I have indicators that do a lot of this work for me. So I'm just sitting in like, ooh, okay. Boom. Fair value gap. And I like to wait for the close out because I also now trade inverse fair value gaps. So I wouldn't even just have a limit order set. I'd wait for that pink candle to close out of it. Which is good too, because once you already get a swing high made, usually you can move your stop loss to that swing high made right before, and now you have a nice 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. But obviously you'll do with that what you will. You know, I just started learning pen script, or I don't know what that is. Hey K Trader, I don't know how to say your name, but I'm in your lives too a lot. You're a dope trader. He's really good. He takes the trades I'm scared to take sometimes. But we usually take the same trades. Sometimes I'm being a little bitch. Let's do one more. But yeah, I like getting on at 10, like I said. I would love to get on at 9:30, but it's just not ideal for me. Next New York session. Okay. Days like this I don't like at all, but we'll mark the high on the 4 hour. We already took out this liquidity, so we could get a reversal. We could go up higher and take out this. We do have a 1 hour fair value gap that maybe we'll reverse out of for another good confirmation to go higher, or we'll just inverse this. I didn't mean to do that. And go lower. But basically, what you really need to do, and which I should have been doing, is really just doing this. Back testing on the fucking higher time frames. Because that's where your bias comes from. All right, we got a nice push off of it. See what this 9 a.m. candle closes like. Ooh, now it came down. I think we're going to push lower. There is a fair value gap here, though. But maybe that's the trade. On a higher time frame, for me, if there's a fair value gap that I'm scared we're going to bounce off of, I usually take it to the 50% or take it down just to fill it. Let's see if we get that. Boom, we got it. See, we kept going all the way down. So that's why I say I trade at 10 because I let that 9 a.m. candle show me, do we want to go higher? Do we want to go lower? Boom, we want to go lower, and boom, the big candle of the day usually is the 10 a.m. 4 hour candle. So I would have bought right at 10 o'clock. I would not have even gone down to lower time frame. So when people ask what time frame I enter off of, it varies. I should go on the 3, but I literally will just trigger on the 1. or the 4. I've taken trades right at 10 o'clock on the 4 and then went down to the 5-minute or the 3 and be like, oh, there's a fair value gap I could have waited for. But on here, it didn't get much drawdown. But yeah, there's a bunch of good traders on here if you want community. Like Gorgeous Trader's a good one. She's in Trade ICT. But who else? LSFX has been really supportive. He trades gold. He's really cool. And then I'm in a group text with this guy, Garrett Trades. I think his name is Garrett. I follow Garrett Trades, but I think I'm thinking of another guy. But I'm in a group text of traders on Instagram. If you DM me, I think I can add you to the group chat. There's a bunch on here. Lakira, she's super supportive. She trades like ICT supply and demand on the 15-second chart. She scalps, like super dope girl. Like I've met so many people. We've all supported each other, and it's been really nice. Obviously, you get trolls, but was it Koinonia Trader? Also supportive. Oh, 9 to 5 Trader. He was in my live earlier, and both of those guys go live, so join their live. Koinonia trades ICT though, so, and then 9 to 5 Trader trades supply and demand, just for you know. But I would go and support their lives. Like I didn't know you go live. I do. Thank you for coming in here and supporting. Don't like FX replay because they cut out the overnight trading and they cut out London and jump to 7 a.m. No, they don't. They do cut out. No, they don't. No, they don't cut out London. I have this blue is London. This blue is 2 a.m. and this is Asian. They don't cut out anything. FX replay shows all 24 hours. They only cut out the 1 hour the market's closed. So, but yeah, Trader, I backtest live every night. I backtest live and then I review the trades in the morning, but it's usually just a backtesting session. Backtesting until I get a payout on a lower time frame. I did it on, actually I once forgot to change time frames. But yeah, everyone go follow him. He's great. On the lower time frame. What do you mean on the lower time frame? They cut out what? You can backtest London and Asian session on here. Is it maybe what you're trading? I don't know. Yeah, I would say, Tori, join. Like, obviously, you're in my live. I hope it helps. Obviously, if it doesn't help, jump around. There's, join Corona Trader's live. He explains stuff really well. 9 to 5 Trader has some good lives. He mostly trades live, I think, at night, though. I don't. He does lives a lot, and he does different things. So just join people's lives. Of course, I'm glad the trading community is just so much nicer now and better. It's a lot of people. Who else? Sometimes I have to block traders because they're too, not because they're like crazy or rude or anything, but what do? They're distracting for me, some people. But there's some that are cool, like Short the VIX, I had to block him. But he's cool. I think he trades different than me, but he's just a little distracting for me. The more perspectives, the better, exactly. But I try to keep the perspectives people who trade like me, in the sense, like what am I missing from ICT, so I'll go on, Corona Traders Live, things like that. That will help you in the long run, but I'm at a point too where I can look at other strategies. Like I backtested the orb strategy the last 2 days because I feel like it was a cool strategy and it was simple because my page is very beginner friendly. Like I would love to find a holy grail that we could easily just say, hey, just do this 3 steps and it works, which it kind of does with this higher time frame analysis. But I would love if every day I get on the chart, y'all, and we are sitting in a 1 hour for value gap, bullish or bearish, and we trade the direction we should. That if it could do that every day, I would tell everyone in the world to trade. Like we just got on the chart at 9:30 and we're in this gap to go higher. And then the next day we're in a red gap to go lower. I wish that happened every day. It doesn't, but so you have to actually learn how to adapt. Like this. At least this, we got a liquidity sweep and we got a nice reversal at 10 a.m. That's fine. And then also some people you might have to block because their fan bases are annoying, and that's fine. I'm 31, so a lot of the younger traders in their lives get really distracting or really just immature. If you backtest NOS S&P down 1 minute cuts out overnight. Well, if you do, it depends on the Forex one, because I'm on the futures one and it doesn't. Because sometimes if it's, I don't think you can do stocks on FX Replay, but obviously with stocks you can't trade overnight. So I think there's a few on here that respect that, like stock market open and close. But for futures, you can trade overnight, which I'm doing. NAS, S&P 500, and gold. I've showed y'all all the whole 24 hours because the 4-hour chart, this is nonstop. This is 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m. Like, it doesn't stop, the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart, honestly. But I'm sorry that happens to you. That never happened to me. Exactly. I'm definitely open. 31 game, turning 31 in November. Exactly. That's why I don't trade anymore. Why I don't live trade anymore. Those immature kids are always in my life. Yes, I stopped live trading too. I thought about going back live trading tomorrow, but those kids are annoying. And then like I'm still new. Like I've gotten funded fast, and that's what I wanted to do for myself, just to be like an overachiever. But I'm still a beginner, and that's what I share. Like, yeah, I'm profitable. Yeah, I know how to trade, but I also am a beginner, so I will spiral after one loss. I will learn another strategy sometimes and trade it for a day and then go back like, what am I doing? I'm still a beginner, so I make beginner mistakes. So sometimes when I live trade, I let the trolls get to me. Usually I don't, and I'm right. I'm like, shut up. But sometimes they'll be like, oh, we're at this. And then I like sell early and profit, or like close a trade early listening to them. And I just cannot keep doing that for myself. I thought I wasn't cut for trading, but I wasn't using the strategy that matched my emotional bias. Exactly. And I'm 31 in December. Period, Tori. Yeah, so for me, that's why I trade at 10 a.m. because I know I like 9:30. I really do. But sometimes 9:30 just trades a little sideways before it moves or like does fake outs. So I know for 10, usually all that is over with. And that's why. Because at 9:30, I'll just be eager to take a trade at 9:35. And then it goes 10 ticks my way and then reverses. And I just know myself. So I trade just 10 to 12. I don't have the patience to sit all day. If there's not a trade from 10 to 12, I get up. Like, I know myself. Because then by 12:30, I'm going to be forcing a trade. Because I've been on here for 2 hours. Like, why haven't I got a trade? So, yeah, you have to find what works for you. I honestly would love to get like an ICT scalping strategy. I do like my strategy. I like catching the big trades of the day. But sometimes I do... I don't know, I get scared sometimes holding a trade too long. But that's why now I switched from 1 to 2, and I added one more micro and take one, I take one trade, one TP halfway to help let my second runner run to my actual target. I don't let a runner just run, but I always have a target at like 1 to 2, 1 to 2.5, or like 1 hour liquidity. So then I'll have my first take profit here, and I'm not scared to let this run to here instead of having it like sooner up. So yeah, you have to just do what works for you, man, and you'll find it. I do that time frame or 1 to 3 a.m. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 2 hours. Keep it simple, y'all. If you use a trade, just silver bullet. I'm trying to do though with 10 a.m., which helped me because I like to trade a lot. My biggest flaw now is learning how to trade every day. So I tried to find the setup that happens the most though, which I think 10 a.m. reversals or just 10 a.m. Playing at 10 a.m. If you get a continuation, you get continuation. This technically isn't a 10 a.m. reversal, but we had the reversal at 9:30. It was strong. We saw it. We took the trade down. So it's really a continuation. So I've learned to trade continuations because those were my like kryptonite. If I didn't get a reversal, I was not taking a trade. Which now I'm like, I can see when we're going to continue. But there are some continuations that happen that really scare me. And I'm like, I'm not trading today. It just depends on the day. But yeah, you just have to find what works for you. My exits are still a little shaky. I feel that. I set brackets on NinjaTrader. I try not to manage my trades either. I try to just set and forget. Whatever my stop loss is, like if my stop loss is 100 ticks, my first TP is 100 ticks. Just keep it simple. And then the second one is at my actual target. And not just a runner, but like my actual target. If I don't set a time frame, I watch the chart for 8 hours. See, no, I will never. I cannot be that girl. 8 hours is crazy. Half the time, too, when I'm trading really bad, like I'm trading right now, I have to put on a TV show. So I've been watching. I went live Friday trading gold, trying to, and I was watching Outer Banks. Okay, I'll give it another try. Yeah, give it another try and see. If you don't like it, obviously it's $35. So hey, you don't need to, You can. Some people do replay on TradingView. I tried that, but the further I went back, the candles weren't showing up. Like it would be big ass gaps in the candle. Maybe I was doing it wrong, but I don't know what was happening. Do I move my stop loss up I do move my stop loss up into profit. That's helped me a lot. I can't do that. That's actually worse. Moving my stop loss up as I'm in profit made me like really like crash out because I was just leaving so much on the table. Because as a ICT trader, our targets are liquidity. So if I'm moving my stop loss trailing and I know we're going here and then it pulls back and stops me out way up here, but I know we're going here, I used to crash out. That's why I added the extra micro. So basically now what I do is this. If I get in a trade and I want my TP to be, here, which is a 1 to 3, beautiful. Whatever my stop loss is, I just have one take profit there. So I never have to move my stop loss to break even. I don't have to move my stop loss in profit. Either way, because I just trade 2 contracts. If I lose the trade and it hits my TP1, I've lost no money. So my first take profit is here, and then I let my second one run. Because I've done that before too, where I move my stop loss to break even though we're way down here, it comes up a little bit, and then it goes to my TP again. And I would literally be so pissed. Again, I don't like losing. Never been a loser. And it's hard. That's the only thing about trading. That's the hardest part. Learning how to lose money and just come back the next day like you don't give a fuck. Because you really don't have to. If you trade and you have a winning strategy and you're winning and you prove you can be funded, you can prove you can trade, there's nothing to be scared of. But here I am. This is live backtesting, not trading. The market is closed. This is FX replay. Just so you know. Exactly. And that's why I'm documenting my journey, because you can get funded and then still crash out sometimes. You can get a payout and crash out. You know what I'm saying? And you have to just keep going. You have to just keep going to fight another day. And I am a firm believer of, if you're trading bad, paper trade. Like, people blow their accounts because they're trading shitty and they keep trading. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Size down. Go to options $100 account. You should still show up every day though. I'm a firm believer of that. Always show up. Show up every day. Even if I'm not taking a trade and I'm too emotional to paper trade, I show up and I mark up like this. I mark up and I do it. And I'll even go live and say, hey, I didn't take a trade today, y'all. This is what I thought was gonna happen. How'd y'all do today? But you gotta show up every day still. That's, even if you fucking just, sorry for the language. Even if you just get on here and sit and watch, you have to show up every day. Unless you just really are mentally done. I think I took one day off last week because I just tried to trade gold and it was a time difference for me, and I went to a wedding last weekend and stayed up late, so I really was tired. I didn't come on the chart at all. And that's fine. You have days where you need to take days for yourself. This is still life, If you need to go pray, you need to go take a day off, like put yourself and your spirituality and all that stuff first. But obviously, if you want to learn a skill, don't take too many days off, you know what I'm saying? The workaround for backtesting on TradingView is to go back to the past contracts. Okay, Ashley dropping sauce. Thank you. I get nervous. I'm nervous to get funded. Girl, same. I'm already funded. I'm nervous. Yes, price will rebalance the fair value gaps and take you out if you move to break even too quickly. Exactly, Forex Poppy. Literally. So for me, I added another contract, but that does suck for when I take losses. I think emotionally, I'm used to taking like 1 micro, which is really like $80 to $120 loss. So now if I'm just like basically wrong, the other day I took a loss with my 2 micros and it was only 160, which is not bad. But anything like 250, that just adds up over time. But so that sucks going up, but it gives me better confluence to hold my trades when it hits the 1-to-1, which it usually hits 1-to-1 more often than none, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to, you have to just do the things. I've been talking for a long time. Let's do one more. And I do this every night at 8 o'clock Eastern for usually 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how good the chat is. The chat is what keeps me online longer. The chat is chirping, which is fine. I'll just get off and backtest, on my own in my bed. But if the chat is popping like it is right now, then we'll stay on longer. Okay. What do we see? Okay, we have this liquidity point, and then we have this 4-hour fair value gap here. And we're already close, so hopefully we come down in and then go up to take out these either London or Asian highs. And you don't even need to take it all the way up there if you don't want to. We'll see what the risk to reward is after we tap. We do have a liquidity sweep here in case we want to reverse from here now. Let's see. And again, this is super sped up. You will have time, I promise, to get into these trades and no scare. Honestly, with my patience, I wish the markets moved as fast as FX replay. Maybe not. Maybe a little slower. Okay. Well, I don't like this at all because we got a nice little hammer, but the body's a little big, and then at 10 a.m. we kind of pushed like we want to take out these highs. Would you just get in that trade? My dad's calling me. So yeah, this will be the last one. I have to call my dad back. Okay, and we are taking out London highs. So we just took out London highs. So again, you saw we start pushing. So that could have been your sign to like, hey, let's get in the trade and go higher. It did push. So that's why I said, are we going higher? We are going higher. And we did still sweep liquidity here. This is still the hour time frame. It's a good time frame. Let's see what kind of entry maybe you could have gotten, even if you got in late. So like I said, well, first of all, 10 o'clock, we're already halfway. So the 9:30 traders are here. So yeah, you just would have waited for the fair value gap tap to be safe, and then waited for it to close out of it. So maybe like here, this is not the best candle. If you got in here, it's a little better, but and then just target those London highs. Anything for 1 to 2. Look at that, 1 to 2.3. Boom, beautiful trade. Also, a good thing to do is be reactionary. You saw how I thought we were going lower, at least to this gap. We did not. At least I was right that we're going down and going back up. But either way, just be reactionary. Sit on the higher time frame as long as you can to avoid fake outs like this, because you might have traded this. Not saying you will, but I have days where I'll try to trade this and not be smart, and then I have days where I can sit through this and be like, this is not smart to trade. But either way, if I stay on the 1 hour chart long enough, by the time I get on, we'll already be here. That's what helped me get profitable for sure. Cause I used to always have one fake out, and then I would take the right trade of the day. That was like my everyday for a while. I was still profitable, but I was cutting my gains in like half. Not in half, but I was making like $400 a day instead of like the 6, 7, 8 I wanted. So, per trade, not sure if replay is available on free plan. No, they only have a paid plan. Oh no, on TradingView, yeah, I think on the paid plan. Is that what you do? Is look at the 4 hour fair value gap? Not only the 4 hour fair value gap, David. I look at both the 1 hour and the 4 hour and see just where we're at. My dream setup, or usually, this is kind of a dream setup, at 9:30 or like at 9, we already come sweep a liquidity, or we're already in a gap. We didn't come into this gap, but hopefully we're somewhere where we can reverse from. I'm a reversal trader for the most part. Most ICT traders are. It's just the easiest thing to catch. And then see where we can push from. So we came and swept liquidity. We weren't in the gap yet. So then you go in a lower time frame if you need. Sometimes I get on right at 10 o'clock because I'm trigger happy. And honestly, since this is a green candle, which means we open down here, my 10 o'clock entry would have been better. Sometimes it's way worse. Sometimes it's way better. So if I entered right at 10 o'clock, if I was more confident, which I wasn't, so I wouldn't have entered at 10 o'clock. But if I was, that would have been the trade. But yeah, you just wait to see a liquidity point or a fair value gap, David, on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. And then go from there. And or sit on one of those time frames and just wait for it to start moving in a direction. That you can just do that too. You don't even have to mark anything. Just see like, okay, 10 o'clock, we're going up. Okay, can I get in somewhere? So we went up, tapped you back in, and then we went higher. And if not, and you just want to get in here, just have your stop loss tight and just get in, Just get in that thing. It seems like you trade ICT. Are you familiar with? Yes, I trade ICT. Yes, I'm an ICT trader, and yes, draw on liquidity. Yes, I know all those things. That's how I trade. I trade basically. I try to find a fair value gap. That's what this was. Liquidity sweep. The draw on liquidity. We're already there, and then play out of a fair value gap is how I try to trade to a liquidity point. Fair value gap to a draw of liquidity is how I try to trade. And or a reversal at a liquidity point to another liquidity point. Liquidity and fair value gaps is all I trade. It's just really getting confident in the bias of the day and being reactionary. Because you can't be too reactionary sometimes, or you'll just start taking anything too early. But you want to react when the volume comes, I guess what you should say. It seems, yeah, I already read that. Okay. I think we did good today, y'all. I'm here tomorrow, every night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We'll run this back. Staying on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, getting our confidence back. And then I don't know if I'm a live trade this week. I said I was. But like the trolls are getting bad, y'all. They're getting very bad. And for those who follow me and have been doing this with me every night, you know I'm very transparent. When I get a payout, y'all will know. I'm not here to scam anybody. Like people come in live like, oh, are you profitable having a payout? Why would we watch you? I don't know, man. I watch lives that are just random. They're not even trading in productive. Like it doesn't matter. I'm not here to like. They just come in here like I'm like. People come on live treating lives like they paid for a Discord and they're like so defensive. And I'm like, I'm not. Wishing you luck in your future endeavors. Same. Wishing you luck as well. Looks like you're killing it then. I'm also a funded trader. Thank you. I'm almost there. This is my last hurdle. Getting emotional trading my live account. I blew my live account actually. I didn't blow it, but there's only $100 left in it. So it's basically blown from 2000. And then I still have my funded account, but I'm not trading live again until I get a payout, my live account. And then, you know, hopefully this is my last emotional hurdle and I can just keep doing the things. But that's why I'm showing y'all that even as a beginner, you could be a good trader because I am a phenomenal trader. I'm not going to say I'm not. But emotionally, y'all, it's bad. It's bad, but it's okay. Y'all have seen me be really good, and then y'all have seen the bad. And honestly, it could be worse. I could just be blowing accounts every day, which is, so it's like, I'm not that bad, but sometimes I just go on these tangents. So trade micros if you need lower risk. I only trade one micro. I trade the lowest you can, and I'm still spiraling. I do that. Because honestly, the 50K accounts, they're just like, even one micro, you're kind of over leveraged. So you can't really even relax. But now I trade two micros because I like to have one TP now to help me relax more. Halfway. I like to have it take profit halfway to help me relax more. But then if I just straight am wrong, that's a double loss. So it's like, fuck. But I have a 150K account eval I'm going to pass first. Because then with my two micros, I'm super under leveraged. And I can really just get payouts, you know, $1,000 payouts a week or whatever without really over leveraging. Thank you so much for the gift. So yeah. Also, there are scam accounts out here asking for money and courses, which is crazy. And it's really funny because most of y'all DM me and we talk all the time. Not all the time, but like if you DM me right now, we would have a conversation. So it's when people, the scam accounts, it's funny because even people who don't know me will be like, this ain't you. And I'm like, yes, because I am not. I actually DM people. I don't know if I'll DM you first, but sometimes I will, but we'll just talk about trading. I'm not like, oh, hey, buy my course. We'll just be like, how's your trading today? And I've DM'd a lot of my followers and we talk a lot. So you will know it's a scam. You'll know how I talk. I talk how I talk here and we just kiki about trading, or we talk about how we lost, or we talk about different strategies or whatever. So watch out for scam accounts. I don't sell a course. I have one-on-ones you can book with me because people like to book charting sessions with me, and I usually send them to free content and then they never have to book with me again, which is a good thing. I'm not here to just book with me every week and make me your mentor. Not at all. But if you need a little bit of help, a guidance on like a one-on-one level that's not this live, I do offer that. And then once I make some money, I will have a Discord eventually because that's what everyone wants. A community that's troll-less. Even though I've had good luck with not that many trolls. Like it's been like for every 20 of y'all that's supportive, one troll, so it's not been that bad. I'm glad you found your account again. Right. Do you need help being profitable? Not really. I'm profitable. It's really just emotional and trusting myself. It's actually not even that. It's handling losses and not spiraling after losses. But if you want to DM me any tips, do it. Listen, I'm a beginner. I'm not rich yet. I haven't got paid out yet. So, hey, anything you want to DM me to help me be profitable again, let me know. But I'm not unprofitable. I'm just break even right now. That's all. I'm just a little break even. I'll have some good days. Like, I finally broke my losing streak on my funded account, and then I took like a loss, and then I went immediately to paper trading. Like, whoa. I had like a win streak for like 3 days in a row, and then I lost, and I was like, okay, calm down. But yeah, that's how I trade. I like 10 a.m. I think it helps me just to guess, like, where's the 10 a.m. candle going? Up or down? And usually you want 9 a.m. to lead you into it. The 6 to 10 candle and then the 9 a.m. 1 hour candle, like, lead you into it. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. I do this every night. Obviously, you don't have to join me every night. You can join me 2 days a week, 1 day a week, whatever. I'm just here every night because I need to do this myself. And for sure the rest of the year. And then in the new year, I won't do it every night, though. It might be like once a week, twice a week, something like that. But maybe every night. Maybe every weekday, not weekend. So I can go over my trades in the new year. I want to do trade recaps and then back test after. So see y'all tomorrow, 8 Eastern. Have a good night. If you're going out, get lit. If you're like me, I'm going to be back testing just like this the rest of the night. But yeah, see y'all tomorrow. I just got FX replay and it's amazingly helpful. See you tomorrow. Let's go, Matt. Exactly. Back test with me and back test by yourself. And yeah, it's so helpful. Honestly, I been trading for like 7 months before I started backtesting, and then I got funded like a month and a half after backtesting. So good for you, Matt. You'll be killing it.